Hi, Teresa. It's Mike. How are you?
Hi, fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's a pleasure to speak to you.
You too.
Thank you. So we'll jump right into things because I only have you for a few minutes. Let's talk about Liz and Dick. So how did you get involved in the project to begin with?
It's a little depressing, but the real thing is that my boyfriend, Mike Melvoin, he's a great jazz pianist, was dying of cancer, so I was looking after him. So I didn't work during that time. So I took about 2 years off, and then about 4 months after he passed, my agent called and says, "Well, are you ready to go back to work?" And the first thing that came up was this, and it was kind of a nice thing, and I thought, well, that would be a good way to, because it's not a huge part and all that, it would be a good way to, kind of get back in there, get my face seen, and things like that. So
Sure.
that's the long answer. The short answer is I knew Lindsay Taylor, and I really wanted to play it.
Right. That makes sense. Did you being that you were playing, a real person who was related to somebody that you knew, did you do research for the role? Did you know her mother? How did you kind of approach the role?
No, I never knew her mother. Her mother was already dead by the time I knew Elizabeth, but it was hard because there wasn't a great deal about her, and I, subsequently found out that she was very close to her mother, and her mother was very involved in her life, and she relied upon her a lot, and in a good way, in the best sense of the way. She was a stage mom, because she wanted to be an actress herself, and then pushed Elizabeth into the movies and things, and brought the family out to Hollywood, but not in that, obnoxious, horrible way.
Right.
Supposedly, that's what I found out. It was
Right.
like a loving way. This is something you want to do. You can stop anytime you want, and but obviously it was meant to be because she was kissed with stardust by the gods, the movie gods. That's for sure. I think.
Sure.
And she was an amazing, amazing woman. They threw them all away after her.
Without a doubt. And speaking of, obviously there's some parallels between Elizabeth Taylor and your co-star, Lindsay Lohan. What was it like working with her? What was your guys' relationship like on the set?
I got along with her really well. I like Lindsay a lot. She's highly intelligent, believe it or not. People think, how could she be that way? She behaves that way, but she is. That's what's kind of frustrating about her a little bit, is that she is so smart and so talented, and she knows she shouldn't be doing this. It's like her parents did not give her the tools that she needs, that any child needs and deserves, especially someone like Lindsay in that business at such a young age to deal with life.
Right.
That's life,
Yeah.
Instead of it being all about their craziness, which it seems like it is to me. So it's no wonder she's got these demons and drama, and sort of goes wherever she goes.
Sure. Right.
Drama is her friend.
Right. Exactly.
I'm completely the opposite. I'm a hermit, and I hate drama.
Well, that served you pretty well, it seems like.
I feel like I would love to. I'd worry for her, and I got along with her very well, and I told her, I said, I want to see you at my age. I want to see what you do. Come on.
Right.
Just stop doing it.
Well, that's good. Sounds like you took the right approach. One of the things about the film that's interesting is how much it centers on the scandal about Liz and Dick's relationship. And in today's society, people really, I don't think, would bat an eye hearing about something like that. How do you think that Hollywood and fame has kind of changed since you came on the scene?
Oh, well, technology's really changed it a great deal. There's millions of bloggers and millions of outlets, and the reality shows and the magazine shows, and it's just kind of crazy.
Right.
And Elizabeth and Richard were first, so never really occurred to that degree at that until then. I don't think so. They were the first Brad and Angelina were then. And
right.
I just think as hard as it was on their relationship, and I think it's probably worse now. I would think because a lot of it too is just out and out lies. You get in a scandal. If there isn't one, you just lie about it and make it up.
Right.
And I don't see why that's fair or correct. It just isn't.
Right.
Oh, really? Well, oh dear, it was a mistake then.
Mm-hmm.
It's just flat out lie.
Right.
All right. Ain't right.
Agreed. So you've obviously, you've had a lengthy career, and you mentioned that you took some time off, but now you've kind of gotten back into things. So what, either before your break or now, what do you look for in a role nowadays? What attracts you to a part?
Oh, I mean, it's different as you get older. Actors still aging dog years in old Hollywood. It's still that way.
Right.
So the meteor parts and, whatever don't come down the pipe as much as like Helen Mirren and a few others get all the older widow parts, and all the rest of us have to fight for everything else.
Right.
Well, I don't know. It's a bit, whatever. At least with me, I have so many other interests. I'm never bored, so I love acting. But if I can't really do it the way I want to, it's not the end of the world for me.
Right.
But I really look for things that scare me. I know I've heard a lot of people say that, but I was one of the first that ever said that.
Mm-hmm.
If it scares me, then I know I really need to do it. And I'm always up for a challenge and a good puzzle, so that's what I respond to.
Right.
But then now, when you get older, you look at them a little differently. Like, who are the people? Where are you going to be? What's it about? I just did a film called Moving Mountains with my co-star with Tina Allen, based on a true story about this woman in West Virginia who educated herself and her neighbors and whatnot about mountaintop removal and coal companies and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I get more attracted to doing things like that,
Right.
So, and then just being on my little farm with my chickens and my garden and my dogs.
Yeah.
That's what makes me happy, being in the dirt.
Well, there you go.
That's it.
That sounds good. You've
Not the dirt, being in the dirt.
In your career, you've worked with some of the great, directors and actors, De Niro and Ken Russell and all these great people. And, do you find in the stuff that you're doing more recently, is the talent still there? Are you still working with people that you're enjoying collaborating with? Or is it different from when you came on the scene?
Oh, it's way different.
Yeah.
The whole business is way different. The whole business is in complete transition. I think it's kind of funny to watch, all the big studio people and all the agents and everything. Like, what's going to happen to us? Like, I was like, now you get to go where you deserve, back into the suburbs with you.
Right.
I don't know where they're going to go, but they're certainly going somewhere.
Right.
But it's, my sons, they're both in the business, and I think it's like how the music business was, a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
How we're all going to get paid, I don't know. That's interesting, but it's going to be, I think it'll be kind of cool because so many people will be able to tell really true, heartfelt stories with a very limited crew, and these cameras now are just amazing.
Right.
I mean, these teeny tiny cameras with available light, and they just do, all you need is a crew of like 10.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I think this is all going to be very exciting in the end.
Definitely.
After we figure out how everybody gets paid.
Right. That's important too.
Little details like that.
Right.
Other than that, everything's fine.
Right. And I want to talk about one of your most famous film roles. Black Widow was obviously a major film for you, and it's still very well loved by critics and audiences. What was that whole experience like for you?
Oh, it was wonderful. I loved working with Bob Robinson, and it was a great role, and you know, it was fun. But it's always those villains are more fun. Not
Right.
more fun, but they're fun.
Right.
The villains are fun.
Sure. And finally, I know you mentioned moving mountains. What else do you have coming up that your fans can look forward to seeing you in?
Another little independent, well, I don't know, it's a little medium, called Winter Rose. It's like sort of an updated Star is Born. The young actress Kimberly Whalen and Paul Sorvino's in it, several other people.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, so.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, Theresa, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk to me today. I appreciate your time. You're a real pleasure to speak to.
Well,
And we'll look for you soon. Thanks a lot.